Alright, you've made the decision to get Locs and you're super excited. You're doing all this research on Locs, on the web, on the internet. You're watching countless YouTube videos. You're super excited. You're doing your research. You're trying to figure out which type of Locs you want to get, whether you want to go the freeform route or whether you want a more manicured look. You're doing all this stuff. You might even be doing your research about locticians, what method you want to get your Locs installed with, who you want to do it. You might be thinking about doing it yourself, all these things. And then you get your starter set. Now what? Now what? Yeah, we all inevitably, over the course of the Loc journey, hit that wall which forces us to stop, which forces us to be patient. Because the truth of the matter is, after you've done all that you could do, getting your Locs installed, using the appropriate products that you're going to use, then there's nothing else that you can do at that point. You have to just stop and allow your hair to grow. Sure, you can employ methods such as massaging your scalp to stimulate blood circulation up there, which promotes, hair growth. Sure, you can drink tons of water and eat a balanced diet, which should also promote hair growth. Sure, you can use oils. You can replenish those oils that you washed out when you did that thorough cleansing, and you can moisturize your Locs so that they don't become dry and brittle and break off, right? Those are things that you can do. But at the end of the day, we all hit a wall. We all hit a point where we've done everything that we could do, and now it is our turn to wait. It's our turn to pass the ball to your body, to your hair, and allow your hair to do what it does, which is grow. For instance, the last time I retwisted my hair, I think that was April 16th. Today's date is May 25th. I washed, I retwisted it, and then I put some oils on my scalp. Quite honestly, I have not put anything in my hair since April 16th. I haven't done anything to it. It hasn't needed moisture. It has not needed oil. My theory is that because I keep it under a satin bonnet, that added layer of protection helps with the retention of the moisture, and so maybe that's why it's not necessary for me to always be applying things to my hair. But my hair is not brittle. My Locs feel as they should feel. So I haven't done anything. I haven't washed it. I haven't obviously retwisted it. I'm waiting until the 16th of June to do that. I haven't put any oils in it. It hasn't needed any oils. I haven't put any vitamin E/rose water spray in it. I have not done anything to my Locs. Why? Because I've done already what I can do, what I need to do. I've already done my part, and now it's just time for me to wait. I don't care where you are in your Loc journey, there comes a point where you have to wait. I understand the impatience, right? You just want long Locs. That's what all of us want. We just want long Locs. I understand the compulsion to be doing something with our hair, for fear that we are being negligent if we're not doing something with our hair, if we're not applying some product to our Locs. But the reality is, there's just not all that much to do after you've done the bare minimum of what you should be doing. And that may look a little bit differently depending on who you are and your type of hair, but I don't care who you are. We all hit a wall where you just have to stop and be patient and wait. One of the things that makes patience so hard to come by when you're on a Loc journey is this obsession. Obsession, in my opinion, is appreciation taken to an extreme. Yes, you can appreciate your locks. Yes, you can dream of having long locks one day. Yes, you can love your locks. But to be constantly obsessed with your locks, that's detrimental. That makes you even more impatient because you're constantly focusing on your locks. And as Yanni says, I think her mom says, you can't watch paint dry. You can't watch blades of grass grow. Meaning, your hair is going to grow so slowly that it won't be noticeable to the naked eye. You can't sustain your attention long enough to actually notice the growth. You know, it would take too long for you to be focused on it. But you try. You try to be focused on it, right? By being in the mirror every day, by, spraying this and that in it, by keeping your hands in your locks. Guys, you just have to let it go. You have to drop the obsession. It's not that deep. When you get on a lock journey, that should not mean that the rest of your life ends. And I feel like that's what it becomes for a lot of people. They enter a lock journey and then it's like the rest of their life is meaningless. The only thing that matters to them are their locks. But that's the farthest from the truth, and that's just going to make your lock journey that much harder. Instead of focusing so much on your locks, instead of being obsessed with your locks, what you should be doing is focusing on other things. And I've made videos about this in the past, but I understand with the culture of YouTube, if you make a video and it's not super popular, which means it's not being pushed, which means people are not going to see it because they're not going to go back in your archive to see it, to see what you've already said on a given subject, then there's this need to repeat. And so that's what this video is meant to do. It's meant to repeat something that I've said before, a few times in the past. The obsession is what fuels the impatience. If you're focusing on something else, if you're realizing that your locks are not the whole of who you are, if you continue living while on the lock journey, you will develop patience so much more easily because you won't be constantly focused on your hair. So for those of you who are getting frustrated, those of you who feel like your locks are not growing, let me tell you, your hair is growing. It may be growing slower than some other people, but you shouldn't be comparing, right? It's not about them. It's about you. It's about your hair. It's about your locks. It's about your journey. Forget what other people are doing, okay? Your hair is growing. Focus on doing what you need to do to promote healthy hair and then live. Whether it's some other pursuit. I'm sure your life goal is not to have long locks, right? You need to be dreaming a little bit bigger than that. So while you're on a lock journey, do things to get yourself closer to that life goal that you may have. And if you achieve that, set another goal and work toward that. But know that you can only do so much with your locks. It just does not take all that. And there are going to be tons of videos, telling you, okay, these tips and this trick to get, the fastest hair growth and all that. It's false. Okay? It's false. You can't magically make your hair grow. Yes, there are things that you can do to promote your hair growing, right? And to promote a healthy set of locks, having a healthy set of locks. But you can't be a ball hog. In the end, you're going to have to pass that ball to your body, to your hair, and allow it to do its thing. You're a team, right? You're a team with your body and your hair. You're a team. You do your part, let your body and let your hair do its part. Pass the ball. Don't assume all that responsibility on yourself or you're just going to become frustrated. And for many of you, you're going to be out of the game before you even got really into it. So hopefully these words will serve as encouragement. I'm sure it's not the popular thing that is being said, or it might be, but maybe you need to hear it from someone else, or maybe you need to witnessed multiple people saying it. But just know that it's going to be okay. You just need to be chill, and you need to continue living your life while you're on your life journey. And before you know it, you'll have these awesome lives that you've always dreamed of. As always, please learn to love unconditionally, because loving with conditions the heart to not really love at all. Atreyu is out.